Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to deliver what I promised in the last video, a story about the demise, about the dark secret regarding the commercial failure of the Iron Giant. Now, before I get into this, I like to mention that a lot of what I say is taken directly from the documentary The Giant's Dream. If after this video, I highly recommend you check it out because I saw it myself, and it's an excellent documentary. Now, to get into this, we have to understand that while the Iron Giant flopped, there's something very dark about the failure of the Iron Giant commercially. But to understand its darkness, we have to look back. See, the year was 1996, and Warner Bros. Was very interested in getting into feature animation because of what Disney was doing. They wanted to compete with Disney. Now, their first film was Space Jam, so we're not going to get into that. But it was the second film where things started to go wrong. See, if I'm pretty sure you've seen my miniseries, but if you haven't, here's how it goes. See, Quest for Camelot is actually Warner Bros.' first in-house anime feature. During its pre-production, Bill Coyer was set to direct the film, and he won. And seeing is, Quest for Camelot is loosely based on a novel called The King's Anvil. I say loosely because Bill Coyer wanted the film to be faithful in tone to the original source material, which could give the film a PG-13 rating. But however, for unknown reasons, Warner Bros. Did not want to do the dark tone. So thus, the whole story was watered down before the script could be finalized. And the thing is, and of course, since it was watered down, there was so many script problems. Of course, released in May 1998, the film was a failure. Now, in the aftermath of the failure of Quest for Camelot, Warner Bros. Basically started to reconsider having their own animation division. Of course, that means that from a psychological viewpoint, there was no reason ever to get involved directly. At the same time, Iron Giant was deep in development, and unfortunately, little did Brad Bird realize what was going on. See, in the aftermath of completion, Warner Bros. Actually was because of the psychological problems Warner Bros. Was facing, they actually again pushing the release back and again. Now, understanding that Warner Bros. Was losing confidence in this Iron Giant, test screenings was held in April 1999 to actually convince Warner Bros. To promote the movie. Unfortunately, in March 19th of that same year, Warner Bros. Released in theaters an independent film called The King and I, directed by the former Disney animator Richard Rich. To say now, this film, considering how this movie did much worse than Quest for Camelot, you could say that The King and I that gave Warner Bros. The proper justification not to not to care about the Iron Giant, and it shows. See, according to the documentary The Giant's Dream, when Brad Bird went to see the movie in theaters, he expected ads everywhere, but unfortunately it wasn't. And when he went into the theaters, he noticed that there's barely no promotion. He went into the empty theater, and there's a statue. When he went into the theater, a statue of Iron Giant near the theater was actually broken. Of course, there's a very good reason why Brad Bird was actually interested, very disappointed over his commercial failure. You see, when he pushed the idea to Warner Bros., it wasn't just simply because it was personal, but there's actually another reason. See, according to if you watch the documentary, you can see that Brad Bird was not interested in just a one-hit wonder or some franchise. He really wanted to control the studio because he wanted Warner Bros. Feature animation to have its own identity. However, and when this movie flopped, he was disappointed, but he didn't give up. See, after the commercial failure of the Iron Giant, Brad Bird pitched another idea to Warner Bros. Unfortunately, for unknown reasons, Warner Bros. Rejected that idea in favor of Osmosis Jones, and as a consequence, he angrily left Warner Bros. And went to Pixar, and that idea, it turned out to be The Incredibles. And the thing is that because The Incredibles was originally pitched to Warner Bros., the project would have been hand drawn, and in the credits, The Incredibles, that animation style is actually what the project would have looked like if it was pitched at Warner Bros. Well, now that you understand, now that's all, folks. That's the darkest story. That's the darkest story about the Iron Giant's commercial film. Thank you, and don't forget to check out that documentary, The Giant's Dream. Giant's Dream. Bye.